First this year, you have to put Darrell Wallace Jr.'s truck win at Martinsville on the list. The KBM driver is the first African-American to win a race in the Camping World Truck Series, and the Joe Gibbs Development driver has a positive outlook on what's ahead. Caitlin Vincey sat down with Bubba to reflect on 2013.
Out of turn number 4, Darrell Wallace Jr. is going to get his first win in the Camping World Truck Series. I couldn't even hold it together coming off forward and checker, and I still can't.
Martinsville was a big race for you in two ways. It was your first Truck Series win, but it was also the first win for an African-American in a NASCAR National Series since 1963. So which one of those honors was maybe more important to you?
I'd say just winning the race. That's just how I took it. I'm just an average normal kid out there, and going out there trying to make a name for himself and just having fun. That's the biggest thing I strive on is doing the best I can, and as long as I'm having fun, I'm doing the right thing.
You've been asked many times about being an African-American in NASCAR, but has the significance of that set in a little bit more after Martinsville?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I don't think about that stuff, but then when you start reading about it and talking about it and hearing about it more and more and more, then it does come off as, I am the only second one to ever do it since W.SCOTT. So it's kind of cool and crazy to think about that. It's been over exactly 50 years since that happened. So it's overwhelming, but I enjoy it.
I remember interviewing you and Coach Gibbs in Daytona pretty much before the season even started, and Coach Gibbs had told me, we'll see if he gets a win in his first year. It's not a big deal if he doesn't. So what were some of his thoughts after Martinsville?
Oh, well, he called me right there in victory lane, and he was all pumped up, very excited for me, and just really motivating me to climb back in the next week and go out there and try to get another one, for not just for myself, but for my team, my sponsors, Toyota, Camping World, Good Sam, and everybody involved. It's great having that kind of support behind you, and it makes it easier to climb back in the truck the next weekend.
Your family has always been behind you in your racing career. What was kind of their reaction?
The family is the backbone of my career, and they help me the most to get back in the truck next weekend and then go out there and try to make them happy and make them proud.
Do you feel like maybe some pressure has been released from your shoulders now that you have had your first win in the Truck Series?
For sure. At the beginning of the season, I had a lot of pressure on myself, telling myself that I need to win. And after Kentucky, I was down and out and didn't want to talk to anybody, didn't want to be a part of, really anything. Just curled in my bed and stayed in my room all 2 or 3 days I was in, and I had to talk with my family, and they're like, you don't have to win. And I was like, yeah, I do. And we went back and forth in 5 minutes, yes and no. And then I finally said, I put fun at the bottom of the list. And once I brought it back up to the top 5 just picked back up, the win came. So now I just got to keep doing that.
Darrell Wallace says the best part about that Martinsville win, having Tyra Banks follow him on Twitter.
Absolutely.
I like it, sir. What do you think as you follow Darrell Wallace Jr.? Does he have the makings to be a champion?
It's too early to tell, and I've known Bubba for a long time, since the Bandolero days during the summer shootout at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But what he told me is this past year. He said he had to learn a whole new way of racing this year in the Truck Series, especially with the aero dependency of those trucks. He said, there's not a lot of, gas, brake, and turn and this and that he was used to in the short track ranks.
Sure.
He needs to learn the aero side of things and how much to pull up out of the throttle and how much to stay in and how close to get to somebody. So honestly, too early to tell. I think he has a whole heck of a lot of talent, and he has a great future ahead of him. I just hope they give him the opportunity
Sure.
to get that done. He needs one more year in this Truck Series, and then maybe we can actually give you an answer.
Seat time's so valuable, and in his 4 nationwide starts, he's nabbed 3 top 10s at him. Not too shabby.